Breaking news. The Phoenix Suns traded for Chris Paul, and now Chris Paul is officially a member for the Phoenix Suns. This rumor of CP3 to the Suns has been going on for a really, really long time. The Thunder got Kelly Oubre Jr., Jalen LeCue, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, and a first-round pick. It's crazy to say, but the Thunder have 17 first-round picks, which they could use for the future. And this looks like a 2K rebuild, but it's not. It's real. The Thunder have 17 picks now. But the main topic of this discussion is the CP3 to the Suns. CP3 is going to be a great leader for the Suns, a mentor, and CP3 and Devin Booker would be one of the best backcourts in the league. You could argue Dame and CJ, and you could argue a little bit more backcourts, but which backcourt could really beat that? Maybe probably Steph and Clay. And then you have other backcourts, maybe the Utah Jazz. Nope, not the Utah Jazz. Not even the Denver Nuggets. So really less backcourts are really going to be better than this backcourt. With that being said, the Thunder also got a pretty good price for Chris Paul. They got Kelly Oubre, a young player who's athletic, and he could develop really well and could play great at the small forward position, which the Thunder could use. Yes, Lou Dort is a great player as a starting small forward for the Thunder, especially in the playoffs, but you need someone better than that. You get someone like Kelly Oubre Jr., who could dunk the lights out in the gym, even in NBA games, has great athleticism, could shoot the 3-ball, and play some defense. Not just Kelly Oubre playing that good. You have a player like Ricky Rubio, is actually one of the best passers out there. Obviously not Chris Paul level, but he still would be a pretty decent mentor. He could pass the ball. He would be their point guard, their starting point guard, and would be a really good fit. With the Phoenix Suns, Ricky Rubio was great, and the Suns were better with Ricky Rubio on the court than off the court. So overall, for the OKC Thunder, they're getting a pretty good package. Ty Jerome is just a tall point guard, and Jalen LeCue, even though he could dunk lights out in the gym, he's just someone else thrown into the trade. And then the pick would make them get 17 picks for their future. And overall, the Thunder have a really good future doing this trade too. And I need to talk about more Chris Paul on the Suns. I mean, the Suns will probably make the playoffs. I heard that their playoff chances increased 36%. Now they have a 76% chance to make it to the playoffs. I definitely think they're going to make it to the playoffs. The only thing I'm concerned about is Chris Paul is getting up there in age and he might get injured, but I just think the Phoenix Suns would be a really good team next year. I never knew this was actually going to happen. And Chris Paul on the Suns also brings much needed defense. I mean, the Suns lose Kelly Oubre, a pretty good defender. And losing a guy like Kelly Oubre is not that good. But Chris Paul is one of the best perimeter defenders at the point guard position, if not the best perimeter defender at the point guard position. This would be a great, and I mean a great, fit for the Phoenix Suns. And also, Chris Paul has made players like Tyson Chandler and David West look really good. He made DeAndre Jordan make it to the All-NBA team. And DeAndre Ayton is more skilled than DeAndre Jordan. So you never know what Chris Paul could do to these young players. DeAndre Ayton is a big man. The pick and roll would be deadly. DeAndre Ayton is starting to get a 3-point shot, and that is really, really crazy. Speaking of trades, James Harden demanded a trade from the Houston Rockets. The team that he really wants to go to is the Brooklyn Nets. And the Brooklyn Nets, with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, is very scary to think about, especially offensively. I think they would run James Harden at point guard, and I think the only way this would work is that if James Harden takes a step back. I am only worried that their defense might not be that good, but they traded for Bruce Brown. He could be the next Draymond Green. They have Jared Allen still, and they had DeAndre Jordan. So their defense could be okay. The offensive firepower of that team would be crazy. So since James Harden's number one landing spot is the Brooklyn Nets, that would actually be pretty crazy. But there are a few things to worry about. Defensively, the team won't be super good. And Harden, he could block shots and he could rim protect, but his defense is not too consistent. He is a pretty inconsistent defensive player. Sometimes it looks like he's a good perimeter defender, and other times James Harden doesn't look too good as a perimeter defender. And yeah, like James Harden on the Nets would be really, really good offensively. But people also have to think about the salary cap situation. Harden is a superstar, so he's making a lot of money. KD is a superstar, he's making a lot of money. And overall, all of those players are superstars, with the exception of Kyrie Irving. You won't tell me that salary cap is a scary situation. And Jrue Holiday would be a much cheaper option and would be an easier guy to get. But either way, I think James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets would actually be really, really good. And I think he will help them make it to the finals, and they would have a really, 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 really good chance to win the NBA championship. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant would be a trio you will not want to mess with. All of those players are different monsters. And in my opinion, James Harden is an underrated playmaker. He could actually pass the ball really well. And I said this in videos before, but with Clint Capella, that was a really, really good duo. And the pick and roll was amazing. He almost made Clint Capella look like an all-star. So those are the crazy stuffs going on in the off-season. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets? And what do you think about the Suns trading for Chris Paul? This video might come out on Tuesday or Monday. So guys, maybe tomorrow James Harden will be on the Nets. You never know. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.